I figured out to try out the earliest monster catching taming game that I found, not the game that popularized the genre, and it took it for itself in some people's eyes, and found out digital devil story Megami Tensei that started the genre. Well, maybe there were earlier games that had monster catching taming features, but from what I understood, that is a side content in those games. However, the game isn't just about monsters, or demons in this case, fighting Toro, but also where you also are fighting. And turns out that it's a realized time there were two versions developed by different developers, and of course I started with the earlier one, and maybe over this franchise there were more versions developed of this game, or at least what I understood from Wikipedia, including spin-offs, for example, like the Persona series. Then there are a lot of games, so it might be a long time forever of the franchise. However, I only finished one dungeon of the game, which is thanks to the internet and save states. I guess it is showing its age, or I didn't think enough for myself. Then again, this game is from a time where it came with a manual. Then again, from skimming through the manual, it doesn't give instead to find things so you can progress the game. Like you need to go through the maze even in safe arenas, but there are more things. Maybe with the future version I will complete this game. Then again, technically it is a different game, but from little checking it will tell the same story. And also I play the fan translated version, of course. Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei was developed by Alice and published by Namco for Famicom, but the Super Famicom version was developed by Operos and published by Alice. The premise of the game is shared within the game if you wait for it on the main menu. And the premise is that it started when Akemi Nakajima focused his knowledge of dark arts and computers to create devil summoning program. But summoning demons broke free. Akemi and Yomiko Shirasaki thwarted demon plans to enslave humans. But the Dark Lord revived his servants and sealed away the divine spirit of Izanami in a maze. So Akemi and Yomiko are tasked to go through a maze to save humanity. I guess the gameplay is first-person dungeon crawl role-playing game with the ability to recruit enemies, demons, to your party, which are random encounters. And starting the game, you need to select what stat to toss or stats to increase. However, as you can see, the gameplay screen is small and the rest of it is for menus and dialogue, with a background. And it is using a password saving feature. But if you get a game over, then you can continue this game. Of course, there is a turn-based combat with the ability to have game battling by itself, auto-battle, which only does basic attacks. And recruiting demons is talking to them, and it is done by selecting the right answers. But only a limited number of demons can join your party. Calling them to a battle costs accuracy of the game, and if you call them in a battle then it takes a turn, and only one character can call demons. There's one more currency, well basically, but it's used for diamonds. Only our main characters gets experience, and to get more powerful demons is by forcing the demons together. However, that might make a demon weaker, or if you aren't at a right level, you won't be able to force demons together. There are also mount phases. On different mount phases, demons can be stronger or weaker. While exploring, and if at least one demon is out, then the demon can become as out, and it's by losing all of its HP just by exploring. At least from a quick glance, I had a situation where I needed to pay to abandon a defeated demon. Once the demon vanished after I paid, or it seemed that I paid to make the demon vanish. Leveling up only gives you 1 point or increase only one stat. Getting the taste where the player thinks of politics a very long time. Either it's art or tedious and even random encounters. Maybe I had bad luck, but most of the time I had 2 to 3 enemies when encountering a random or triggering a random encounter or encountering a random encounter. And amount of enemies is told from the text. Only from the text. It seemed that there were more chance to have 4 enemies in an encounter than just 1 enemy. So most of the time was wasted playing from encounters. Otherwise 1 enemy will do damage to all of my HP. But then there is a chance that you get trapped and get game over. Then you didn't have a chance to do anything. Like there was a low chance to even grind levels. And no, at level 1 there's no damage in magic. And even if there were, then it probably wouldn't help to grind levels. Even the autoball can lose to a single enemy when you are at level 1. But about recruiting demons, it's another focus of the game. There's a limited amount of what you can recruit. But also you can recruit demons only if there is 1 demon in an encounter. It's because then it's more willing to join to your party. By the way, I restarted the playthrough, and in both playthroughs the first demon I managed to recruit was no. Okay, excellent. And if I ever recruited a demon, like in the game session on I said, or chapter, killing a demon in public takes a full turn. But also, Mark isn't also just for recruiting demons, but also keeping them outside. Like if you have a demon in the party, then when exploring, Mark gets outside. And if you don't have Mark, then the demon will lose HP until it's thing. There is a spell which shows a map of the maze. However, it can stop working, and trying to cast it again fails for some reason. I guess where it stopped working, you can get it to work again. There's little to no direction from the game, or even from the manual. And I don't miss it unless I don't meet with the NPC. Because every time you meet the character or the wall with attacks, the dialogue automatically shows up every single time. Of course, needing to go through a maze even in a safe areas to meet with NPC doesn't help with the situations. For me, there were some bugs, like visual bugs, and maybe the game crashed once. Maybe it happened because of how I played the game. Maybe I didn't have the right mindset to play this game or it was bored out from turn-based role-playing games, because it was the second game in a row after Monster Ground, of course, role-playing game. Or it represents the time of the release of the game, as in it shows the arcade-like mindset where those were needing to increase play time artificially. I think the player having a very low chance to encounter fun enemy, so the player can experience is artificially increasing playtime. Plus, low-level enemies. I know demons don't have levels, deal all of the player HP is another method to artificially increase the play rate. And you know what? I might read the Digital Devil Story box trilogy, only after finishing the box that I'm currently reading, which is on a pause, but I don't think I'll make videos on those books. By the way, I was wondering if I should do one video about both Digital Devil Story games, but after trying it, I tried 3 role-playing games in a row will be too much. So then, as you can see, if I'll make a video about it, then it will be in a different video. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like the video, subscribe and comment. See you next time.